Hey guys, welcome back. I thought we might try Co-Home today since they can't stop giving me ads everywhere and it's bothering me. So, just gonna start off random, like normal, like we would do with Sims and create a floor plan. Okay, I went through a couple different floor plans, but this is the one that best stuck because how do I explain? That block there in the corner, that's all you have to see how it looks with walls up, because you can't put all 4 walls up to see how it actually looks, which is kind of irritating. The doors as well, you can't change the direction that the doors are facing. Like these 2 doors here, I brought them closer together and I wanted the doors to basically face one another, but you can't do that. Can't figure out how to do that. Okay, I've tried everything and this is the only way that I have been able to create a hole in the wall. I have no idea how to make it so it's just like a doorway, you could say, like an archway they have, but it didn't create a doorway at all when trying to put it. I only noticed while editing the video that, I was struggling the whole time to try and get the roof on top of the build and it wouldn't work, but I've only realized now while editing the video that there in the small corner picture, when you place the roof, it's got an arrow that points upwards that I could have actually pulled up, but the thing is, that little block in the corner you can't use at all. Like you can't touch it or anything. That's just what do you call it, what's basically being seen in 3D. I deleted the one room so I could create a backyard. I wanted it to be a backyard from the beginning, but I can't find grass anyway, not even like a green carpet or something so we can pretend to be grass. There were some bushes and shrubs that appear later on, but it doesn't look natural at all. You can't even extend it so like it copies and pastes itself. It literally just stretches the whole thing out like the fence did, where it just gets thicker instead of filling the whole space, which does not make sense to me at all. But we continued on and we found a different solution. For the life of me, I couldn't figure out how to get the fence on the opposite side till after a little bit of struggling, figured it out that I can just copy it, paste it and turn it in a way so the little notch that you see is the same on each side, that they face inwards and not both the one facing in and the other 2 facing out, because that would have irritated me. So I just copied, pasted and then figured out that I could turn it, rotate it so it would face inside like the other side, so they were basically twins, you could say. I figured out later how to somewhat fix the hole that I wanted there by the kitchen, and I did the windows, but I found out that the windows, they aren't small versions of windows at all. All of them go from the top of the wall to the bottom of the floor, and if you make them smaller, they don't shrink at all. It just changes the size of the window so it can fit in smaller places like the bathroom, but you can't make it so there's a space at the bottom, at the top of them. You can get separate items like the beds and the tables and that, but they all come with something, like it's a set that you have to place down, and not all of them work together. Some of them are so small that you can barely tell what it is once you've placed it. There by the fireplace, there's no separate TV that you can place. It's a whole thing that you have to paste in order to have a TV. So I ended up putting the TV in the bedroom, but I didn't realize it was a TV till about now. And the whole time it glitches, like the picture doesn't stay still. Sometimes when you place the things, they glitch back into a different position. Like this chair I was struggling with because it kept flicking back to facing the direction I didn't want it to, even though I don't make it so it faces that way. So it was a little bit irritating when dealing with that. I put this dining table here, but it felt so weird that I just decided to take it away because I didn't like it anymore. And I thought I was going to place a different one there, a smaller one, to make it less cluttered, you could say. Even though I like clutter, this just wasn't working with me. So I decided to move it into the kitchen and have it like a breakfast area that they sit at instead of a dining room. But now the space behind the couch was very empty and it was very bothersome. So later on I found something to put there. The bathroom stuff, you can't even get a toilet that's separate. You have to get a whole already made section for the bathroom, and I think there was only two that had a full bathroom with a sink, toilet, shower or bath. But the showers are basically all look the same and they barely fit into a space. Like I had to get rid of the window at some point and try out different ones, but I couldn't find one. But I put the window back because it felt weird not to have a window in the bathroom. There's one bathtub that I found that I liked, but it had a built-in sink next to it. But now it would look weird if the bathroom has two sinks. Not like his and her sinks, but it's a sink next to the bathtub and a sink next to just alone, so it would look weird. None of the kitchens looked nice at all, and most of them they didn't match, especially the colors. So I just picked this one and placed it there, and it bothered me that the cabinets, you can't move the cabinets by themselves at all. So there's just a huge gap at the top of the cabinets, which bothers me, but we'll look over it and we'll ignore it. I found these tiny couches and bench. It's weird to have an extra sitting area behind, like right up behind your couch, but nothing else was working for that area. And most of the sitting areas, you could say, all the just random things, all of them would have pictures with them for a wall, but now there's barely anywhere that I can just place a random picture floating, and I don't want that. So I chose not to go with those and just ignore it, place it there and go back to the bathroom to try and figure out something. But while scrolling I came across Truggies, and it was the only nicest, you could say, greenery that I found. It made sense. I think I didn't even find a carpet. Like I didn't look that hard, but from what I saw I couldn't find any green things to act as if it's a garden. And you have to split everything up because it's not freely that you place the flooring. All of it is together, so you have to physically build the room, put the floor, and then get rid of all the walls again, and I wasn't in the mood for that. That took way too long, so I didn't do that at all. Didn't feel like it. Didn't bother me though, so I just moved on. At some point I got annoyed with trying to find bathroom stuff, and when I clicked out of where all the sets are and I clicked back into it, it was by accident. You get pushed all the way back to the top, and I was not in the mood for that. So I tried searching bathroom, and this is where I found the bathtub with the sink. But as you can see, you search bathroom and you get bedroom and dining room stuff. How does that make any sense? But you know what? You do you, whatever. The shower was nice, but where do I place it? The door's there. I didn't feel like moving the window or the door anymore, but I did find the shower, so I just decided, screw it and moved the window. But as you can see, it cuts a piece out of the wall that you think it's weird, and then it just pops back. But all the windows are different heights from the floor and the ceiling, because you can't get them perfectly all to match, and I wasn't in the mood to go and count everything. So I decided to finish it and clicked on a section that I saw you could walk through it. Now, I don't think they know how a walk-through looks like, but this is about it. I only realized now that shelf is backwards, but we ignore it. Like the windows, see what I mean by the windows? You can't make them smaller. I don't want a full window in a kitchen and every single room in the house. The screen glitched, the camera setting glitched, so I just decided to go back through the whole thing. That bookshelf is half above the ceiling and a part of it is below the ceiling. Oh, I only noticed now the door and the shelf in front of it. Okay, so nobody's allowed into that room. Okay, the camera settings are very weird. It whacked me into this room, the bathroom, and I barely even did it. I looked down at the door and it just pushed me through the wall, which I found weird, but we ignore it. We move on. I think the bedroom is my favorite out of all of it. See, the TV's glitching. Why do that? Why glitch? But in all, I don't think I'm gonna use Cohome again, and it's not all out to say what the ads say it's gonna be. So that's about all that I have for today, and I'll see you next time.
Honeybee, I can't imagine how my life would be if all your gravity did not hit me.